I mean, it's one of these things that happens. It happens at club level and it can happen at international level. Unfortunately, Lee Dixon has got a kidney infection, and late on this afternoon it was pretty obvious that he wasn't going to be able to take part in the game, and Dave Bardsley's come in. That's the whole point of having a squad.
What would be your description of the team you're sending out here tonight?
Well, I mean, I think if it plays anything like they have done in the last 5 World Cup qualifying games, they'll be well capable of getting the result. Yeah, I mean, this is all the Polish supporters around here, a lot of atmosphere, but that's what it's all about, isn't it? Stepping into these arenas and getting the points that you require to get you to the United States.
Have you got any misgivings at all about giving Teddy Sheringham his debut in circumstances like this?
Now, what do you want me to say to that? No, none whatsoever. I mean, the point is that Teddy fitted into that situation, and I'm sure he'll do very, very well.
Gaz, you going to be wearing the mask tonight?
Yeah, I am going to wear. Latcher wanted to wear it, and the doctor said, you know, precaution reasons to wear it, so I'm going to wear it.
How much does it hamper you wearing that mask?
After about 15 minutes, I forget it's on, and then I get a little bit sweaty around the eyes and that. Apart from that, it's not too bad.
And they're saying that you're winking at your marker, or you're winking at the people that are marking you a bit strongly.
Well, it's probably just I cannot see that. No. You know, I tend to get that now when I start getting kicked a lot. So instead of like angry retaliating, I just smile or wink back, you know, and it starts to upset them a little bit more.
Gaz, you're a bit hot and cold, don't you? What's your mood tonight going into this one?
I'm roasting.
And the rest of the team?
Yeah, they're on fire.
Little word for the folks back home?
Yeah, sit down, relax. Look forward to a good game and hope you can do the business for you.
A very relaxed mood, isn't it, Gaza?
Very much so, yeah. It's nice to see him when he's like that, because I think he performs well when he's in that mood.
Well, as Jim says, he does blow a bit hot and cold, and he is a key player for England.
Very much so, yeah. I mean, everything revolves through him, and it's nice to see that Graham's got a little diamond shape, giving him a free role to really get involved and hurt the opposing side, and he's been wanting to do that for years, and good luck to him. He's done that exceptionally well in the last few games.
So Carlton Palmer really has to do a lot of work around the back of him.
Yeah, I think Carlton's got to sit, especially away from home. You know, it'd be a disaster if England lose tonight, and Carlton's got to take a lot of responsibility there in just sitting and making sure that everything's nice and tight in front of the back four.
I think David Platt could be a key player for England, because having watched the Republic of Ireland play Poland, Andy Townsend made some great runs and got himself in terrific positions. I could see Platt doing that tonight.
Well, David does get into the penalty area very well, doesn't he? And I think possibly tonight he might not play right up front with Teddy Sheringham. I think in the Dutch game he played up there with Les Ferdinand, and I think he might come a little bit deeper and possibly look to make them late runs, yeah.
And Paul Ince, again, in that key area.
Well, Paul's been magnificent all season. I mean, he's got so much energy and so much talent on the ball now as well, that he must be getting better and better at international football. And I think he'll do a bit of both, a bit of sharing the workload with Palmer and also linking up with Gascoigne. So a major responsibility for him as well tonight.
OK, fine. Well, let's now go over to Poland, where our commentary team are Ron Atkinson. But first of all, Brian Moore.
Good evening, Ian. Good evening, everybody. It's a chilly night after a really good warm day here in southern Poland. And there's the mask. Gascoigne actually forgot to take the mask that he's supposed to wear out of the dressing room. He completely forgot about it. They sent the team doctor back for it. He didn't particularly want to wear it, I gather. Graham Taylor wasn't very keen that he wore it, but Lazio, his club in Rome, insisted that he did. He, of course, got that depressed cheekbone fracture after the game, or during the game, rather, against Holland. Let's just check on the teams then. Confirming that David Bardsley, the Queen's Park Rangers right back, is a late change for Arsenal. Lee Dixon has got a kidney infection. He pulled out 2.5 hours ago. It's Bardsley's second cap. Tony DeRigo and Teddy Sheringham, that's Terry's first cap. Also changes, the only changes from the side that drew with Holland at Wembley. Poland, meanwhile, have won 3 of their 4 games so far in this group. Their best result, a draw in Holland, but they struggled to beat San Marino in a home game. But 7 of this team play abroad, the goalkeeper in Turkey, 2 in Italy, 1 in Spain, and 3 in the German Bundesliga. It's a fantastic site here, a wonderful stadium with something like between 50 and 60,000 now inside it. Always regarded as one of the most hostile in Europe, and still Gaza has not put the mast on, and David Platt is captain, ushering him forward now. Our referee tonight in the picture there is Serge Mumenthaler from Switzerland. In fact, Graham Taylor decided that Gascoigne would wear that mask in training this morning. He said, well, let's get all the mickey taking over and done with, and then when we get out into the stadium tonight, we can truly get straight down to business. But of all things, Gaza forgot about it and left it in the dressing room. Ron Atkinson with me. A quick early thought from you, Ron?
Yes, obviously the Poles are very wound up for the game. The fans are wound up, and I think the first 20 minutes is going to be particularly testing for England. I can imagine England, Brian, just sitting there for a little while, having a look at the thing, trying to establish a grip in midfield, and then trying to get their support up to the front players. But I think the first 20 minutes, I rather think they might just try and sit on the game a little bit.
Well, it's England who'll be kicking off in the white shirts, Poles in the red. We're attacking the goal to our left. So England's, there's Gaza with the mask on now, and England's critical footballing week is underway. Here today, away against Norway and Oslo on Wednesday, two matches that will shape dramatically our prospects of making it to the World Cup in America next summer. At the very least, remember, England wants 2 points from these two games that are coming up, and then even with that there'll be a lot of work to do. 3 would be healthier. 4, in fact, in these next few days. 4 points from the two games would put England top of their group, and really just one step away. A little bit of nonsense there. The ball now played, and his first touch for David Bardsley. Just one previous cap for him in Spain. Knocking it forward towards Gascoigne. Platt getting in there as well for England. Bardsley again. In many ways, Bardsley in the Lee Dixon mould. Ron, in that he likes to get forward with a lot of pace.
Yeah, his strengths are, he's actually probably a better crosser of a ball than Lee Dixon, Brian. But they are indeed his strengths.
Now Lesniak, who's had a prolific scoring record, and making a great run! And putting it just wide! What a fright for England. Lesniak, who'd scored 4 times in the last 2 games, and not an English tackle coming in. And the Poles so very, very close to giving England a very uncomfortable start. Ron Atkinson.
That might be as big a let-off as the last time we were here in the World Cup when the shot hit the crossbar in the last minute. I mean, here we see him, he's a bit fortunate to nutmeg there's Walker there, but as he slots it, you think he's done everything right. And in fact, it looks as if he just shaved the side netting. But that is a distinct let-off for us. It also highlights the fact that we mustn't desert midfield too early. You know, I said at the start, I thought we were going to be a little bit solid and sit on the game. We went forward in the very first minute and left ourselves exposed to a quick counter-attack.
Dorigo with the throw for England. Breathing more freely now. Barnes on the far side. Quick challenge there from Gascoigne. And a free kick for England as well. But Platt wanted to get on with it, but the Swiss referee deciding it's got to be taken more formally than that.
Got 2 alternatives here, haven't we? I mean, it's Gascoigne range. He'll fancy himself, as will do Dorigo. I think I don't think we'll find anything played here. I think they'll definitely be going at the keeper, I would imagine, here.
So it's Gascoigne. Looks to be the likely one. Must be all of 30 yards out, though. But with Gascoigne, all things are possible. An England wall just immediately ahead of the Polish wall. Whistling all around this ground, a fantastic and a very hostile atmosphere here. Still waiting for Gascoigne, and it's Gascoigne, and had to be pushed away by Bacco. He eluded the wall, an excellent free kick.
Good free kick and a good chance to try the keeper out as well, wasn't it?
Bardsley again with the throw. Kings Park Rangers fans would know he's got a good long throw on him as well. Away come Poland again, but it's with Bacco. His first game in the Polish national side since last autumn. He was left out for the last 3 games. brought down, and a free kick again for England. Shevchik, the sweeper, is the man who committed the foul. Barnsley's not sure whether it's a free kick or not. In the end, the referee signalled a throw. Bardsley back to Tony Adams. Forward towards Sheringham, who's not really had a touch yet in his first international. Ince. Garriga getting in with the head. Shevchik getting it away. Adams needing to take command here. And kept his head very well. It was Lezniak once again who made that terrible miss, who was causing the trouble. Forward to Gascoigne, into Carlton Palmer. Zanchek. Deep wide again for Kozetski. And again, Poland, a long cross coming in too high for Furtek, but nobody out here. Where's Bardsley? Crossed in again, but deflected by Adams that time. And a free kick, presumably for an offside. Well, the free kick's given the other way to Poland. Ron?
Well, I didn't quite see what happened there. I thought, I mean, when Tony Adams was on the ball, something obviously happened when Adams went onto the ball, which, I've got to be honest, I didn't see that one.
Pazanchik. And Pazanchik again. Turned that by Furtek. And now a corner for Poland. Lesiak, the big number 5, will be a threat on the edge of the box there. Furtek in at the near post. There's a deep one, and it goes behind for the goal kick. Just remember, just to remind you again, England, Poland, Holland, Turkey and San Marino in this group 2. Norway at top with 9 points, England and Holland with 8, Poland with 7, and 2 from those teams qualify. Chris Woods, a long goal kick. England's throw.
Looks very much as if David Platt's being given the orthodox striker's job, just playing up right alongside Teddy Sheringham. I thought they may have used him slightly deeper, making his runs from midfield. But it looks as if he's been told to play up in a flat support with Sheringham.
Talking of strikers, Ian Wright on the England substitutes bench. Barnes. And beaten by Gascoigne. Another throw to England. Garriga will take it. Getting ready to launch a long one into that Polish penalty area towards Carlton Palmer, but knocked away again by big number 5, Lezniak. Gascoigne. Little touch. Tried to get it back again, but Gascoigne was downed by Pazanchik. Free kick to England. Once again, it's Gascoigne, mask and all, with this free kick. Turning it in there. In fact, Shevchik had to get low to get that one away. Paul Ince. In goes Walker. Forward. There's Walker there again for England. Very convincing with that clearance. Adams there. The whistle's gone. Another free kick. This time to Poland. to like 9 minutes of the game gone. Still Poland 0, England 0 here in Katowice. Shevchik, the number 3, lining this one up. But hits it straight to the English wall. Carlton Palmer just knocking it away here for Bardsley. Hit long towards Sheringham. But a throw to Poland. Lesiak with it. There's a Lesiak in the side and a Lesniak. It was Lesniak, the number 11, who so nearly scored for Poland in the opening minute. But here's Gascoigne leading a charge now for England. Sheringham up ahead of him. But Sheringham had just moved out from that particular channel. And easy for the goalkeeper Bacco. Garrigo standing up well there, getting his header in. Walker getting his header in as well, but a throw to Poland.
I think what probably will have surprised Graham Taylor is we were led to believe that the Polish team had been selected with a lot of markers in there. The people like Gascoigne, like Platt, and Barnes particularly were going to be stifled. Well, at the moment, they don't look as if they're going to set marking situation. They're just content to just rotate in defence.
Swiaczewski. Poland recently gained their 2 expected wins against San Marino, but only by a single goal here in Poland, and that was a very debatable one. It looked like a handball goal by Furtok, and then they won 3-0 away in San Marino. Gascoigne getting across there to spoil the cross, but at the expense of a corner, and they're by no means prolific goal scorers, Poland, 13 only in their last 11 games. All this creating an atmosphere that is really hostile so far as England's concerned. The last English victory here, in fact, was away back in 1966 by a 1-0. Here's a corner for Poland, floated in, knocked away there by the English defence. Kosminski, Shevchik, hit forward again, Bardsley there covering for England. England winning here just 6 days before the World Cup started in 1966. Roger Hunt's goal was the one that won it for England that day. First man wearing an England shirt to score, but let's hope somebody can follow that trail for England tonight. Lesiak with the throw again. Away from Bardsley, though, by Lesniak, and this is Furtok. And a goal kick.
Yes, they haven't got any particular size up front, have they, the Polish, with Furtok and Lesniak? But they're very highly mobile players, and they're not just going to stand up against Adams and Walker. They look as if they want to check off the play a little bit, receive the ball and turn and run at them. And in the past, you know, that is where England have had a problem, haven't they? When people have run at the heart of our defence. As indeed they did early on when Lesniak got in.
Walker. Black chasing on the far side. Poland's throw. Graham Taylor certainly got high hopes of his midfield tonight. The likes of Ince, Palmer, Gascoigne. He felt that, in fact, that is where England might overpower and outclass. Gascoigne, as well as saying, might outplay and outfight the Poles in midfield. But here they are, streaking through the English midfield again. And it was Bardsley who got that away at the last ditch, and there were a few worrying moments there again for England. Gascoigne hitting it into the path of Palmer. In turn, picking up David Bardsley. In for Lee Dixon, if you just joined us. Dixon with a kidney infection, pulled out of the side about 2.5 hours before the kickoff.
Just wonder, you know, whether we are as a team emptying midfield a little bit early. I mean, as soon as we win it in any defensive position, all the virtual 5 midfield players, if you count Black, go bombing off. And that does leave us a little bit vulnerable to counter-attacks. I think for a little while it might make sense if either Palmer, or particularly Palmer or Ince, just held the position and let the Barnes and the Gascoigne and people like that, the more creative players in the side, get on with going forward.
Free kick to England. Big Carlton Palmer with it. And he leaves it to Tony Dorigo. Palmer, who's played in all of the last 13 internationals for England. Dorigo with the free kick, driven in there towards that Polish penalty area. Kozetski, number 10. Dorigo for England again. Gascoigne unhappy with that refereeing decision. Well, he seems to have come to terms much more with officialdom this season. Just 1 red card and 2 yellow for Lazio, and he's got a free kick in any case, but it looks as though he might have got a bit of a knock too. So Gascoigne with his free kick. A lot of scrimmaging going on in that Polish penalty area as he flukes it in again. And the feet of Ince a little high there. And a yellow card for Paul Ince.
Doesn't surprise me that. Pick your feet up in these games and you're going to get booked, but the referee gives me the impression as well as being a little bit fussy, you know. I mean, I actually thought he might pull Tony Adams a little bit earlier when he pulled Furtop down on the side of the box, but I don't think he's going to let much go.
Oh, we've got a moment. Just let's have a look at the England substitutes. The England subs are David Seaman, Gary Pallister, Lee Sharp, Nigel Clough and Ian Wright. And it's Jan Furtop, the Hamburg number 9, who was caught by Paul Ince. Shevchuk with the free kick. It's again. Dorigo. Barnes on the far side.
He's just watching. There's that
yellow card that Ince has picked up there rules him out of the Norway game on Wednesday.
Just saying there, Brian, watching that move develop up the left-hand side. Teddy Sheringham, you know, he's making his baptism in international soccer, and he's very much a lone ranger up there, very often outnumbered. He's trying all sorts of movements across the line there to try and get some sort of a touch of the ball. I mean, it'd be nice if he could get a header or something early doors, because he hasn't really, in fact, it's doubtful whether he's had one touch of the ball yet, has he?
I think he just had a solitary touch, but certainly Graham Taylor was saying this morning that they're going to aim to get as many crosses in as they can for Teddy Sheringham. 29 goals this season, 28 of them for Tottenham, and just 1 before he left on that £2 million deal for Nottingham Forest. Partner is well forward here. Shevchuk getting it back, but a corner for England.
To be fair, that's where he's so effective, Palmer. When he makes those long rangy runs in behind the opposite fullback areas, stretches defences, particularly defences that play with a sweeper, and the spaces then behind the markers.
Gascoigne will take it. Adams needs to stay up from the back. Sheringham will be another target. Palmer's made a little run in towards the near post and has jockeyed back again. Barnes is in there. Up goes Adams. And it's Kozetski who gets it away for Poland.
You're saying about Sheringham thrives on crosses, and you're spot on there. I mean, he's excellent in the box. But looking at the way the Poles have lined up, they look as if they're going to try and prevent both Bardsley and Dorigo getting in advanced positions. I think they're going to have to take the initiative a little bit themselves and try and force themselves high up the pitch and produce balls into the penalty box.
It's Bardsley. And on the far side, Teddy Sheringham. Palmer waiting in the middle. Platt is in there too. Paco getting it away. Platt trying to keep it going. The ball's gone out of play for another England corner, though.
That was a superb move. That great ball to Sheringham, who'd taken up a lovely position, pulling on the defender's shoulder, and then he himself a good ball to the back post. Platt was very, just a bit short of a strike at goal there.
Gascoigne again with it. Adams making a run towards the nearer post that time. Palmer's there too. Sheringham couldn't quite pick that one up. Kozetsky, the number 10 for Poland, finally getting it away.
But from away side, it's a decent start, isn't it?
Well, I hope Graham Taylor's feeling the same, Ron.
Yeah, I mean, I should think he'd be very happy. Obviously, his heart will have fluttered when they got the very good chance going through, but when Lesniak missed the chance. But sometimes, you know, you look at that and think, hang on, that might mean it's our day.
That's the optimist in you speaking. There's a cross coming in from Barnes. So here come Poland again. Fortok well up there. Kozetsky making the run. Stopped by Carlton Palmer. Coming up to 20 minutes gone now. Adamchuk with the throw for Poland. Swiaczewski, 0-0 the score. Sheringham putting a lovely ball out there to Platt. In the end, is into Czachowski. To Shevchek. Lesniak's long ball forward. Adams underneath it again for England. Kosminski. And Dorigo. I thought he was going to get there first, but he didn't, but the ball was just knocked out of play.
It's quite a let-up there, though, isn't it? Kosminski taking advantage of Dorigo's little slip there. I think Dorigo, relying on his pace, got perhaps a touch overconfident. You know, he should really produce a better ball than Kosminski. That's the only reservation I've got about our play at the moment, Brian. We do seem a bit spaced out at the back, our back four, and whenever they pick it up, they do have this little thing where they can make progress at us. We're dominating virtually all the midfield. We haven't quite shown any sharpness up front, which is understandable because we have got a lack of pace, haven't we, in terms of Sheringham, and no real quickies to get up in the front positions. But generally speaking, it's a good performance. But I am a little bit concerned about the way we're leaving our back four exposed.
Vince's header for England. Won by Dorigo. Gascoigne. Palmer trying to force his way through on that far side. Another free kick, the referee wanting just a passing word with Palmer. The Polish opponent is down. Shevchek, the big sweeper, doesn't look too severely damaged.
No, he's made a meal of that, that's for sure. I mean, what Carlton's got to be careful of course, is he went past the referee and completely blanked him. You know, at this level, and seeing how fussy referees are, you know, particularly continental ones, there's every chance he'll get himself a booking for nothing.
Some skirmishing in the crowd on the far side. There have been one or two little hot spots already before the game started, but let me say the bulk of those were Pole against Pole. Obviously some anti-club rivalry here. And on the far side at the moment there's quite a bit of fighting going on, but it is all Pole against Pole. Sticks and stones are raining through the air on that far side there. But no English fans involved there. It's a free kick for England, or rather a corner for England, which will be taken by Gascoigne. Sweeping run in there. Shevchek, a big tall sweeper at the near post, got it away, but another corner. Adams in there, Palmer in there, Platt in there. Sheringham is just that little bit deeper. Ince on the edge of the box. Curling one in again, but I think it was Furtop got that away quite comfortably. Bardsley's first clearance falling straight to a pole, but he made sure with the second one.
Great sweeping tackle that otherwise would have been in a somewhat little bit of danger. Haven't been terribly impressed with the delivery on our set plays. We seem to have had a number of free kicks and corners, but we haven't yet produced a particularly good ball apart from Gascoigne's shot.
Still 0-0 here in Katowice. Torigo again.